Yeah.
So many people.
Hi. Welcome to the 1.11 ChangeLog, where we will go through all the new features that will be in the next update of the Java edition. I'm Jens Bergensten. I'm known as Jeb. I'm the lead creative designer for Minecraft, and I'm here with most of the Java edition development team. So let's start with you, Eric.
I'm Eric Bruce, and also known as Grum, and I've been working for Mojo for almost 4 years now. And I've seen all Minecons, and it's a pleasure to be here.
I'm Thomas. I'm also known as Prof Mobius, and I've been working on the Java edition for the last year. Nice to be here.
Yeah. And I'm Michael. You probably know me as such. I've been working for more than 2.5 years now, and you probably know me from most of the changelogs for snapshots and the command block features for map makers.
So the way this is going to work is that I'm going to show you each feature as a video clip, and the video clips will loop. So the first time, I will show it without any commentary, so you can focus on the video. And when it loops, then I will explain what is happening. So I'm hoping you have your Snapchats ready and tweets. When you see your favorite feature, you will have plenty of time to, like, if you see it and miss the opportunity, it will come again. I will start with some kind of relatively minor updates, but still interesting, and then go on to the more interesting things towards the end. So yeah, let's get started. Let's see. Hope this works now. Yes, so this is a kind of a simple thing. These enchantments may appear on items you find in chests, but they are kind of uncommon. So I think they will mainly be used in adventure maps. And there are two curses. One is from the April Fool's joke this year. It's the curse of binding. It only applies to armor items, and essentially it means that in survival mode, if you equip it, you can't unequip it. So the only way of getting rid of it, like killing yourself, is not an option. So the only way of getting rid of it is to have its durability go to 0. So if you combine it with mending, you're stuck with it forever. The other enchantment is the Curse of Vanishing. It only means that if you're killed having the item, it will not be dropped. It just it vanishes. And again, this may be most interesting to custom maps where you actually want the items to disappear. Currently, we have the game rule keep inventory. That will override this curse, but I'm open to popular opinion on that, because it may also make sense that they disappear when you die and you keep everything else. So I'm open to discuss that. So let's get on to the next one. So yes, you may know that the observer block was added to Pocket Edition by Daniel, who's sitting here. it was necessary because on Pocket Edition we don't have the bud updates we do in Java. But at the same time, it makes sense to have it in the Java edition as well, so that's why we're adding it now. I must say, though, that we haven't changed the redstone system in Java, so the buds still remain. I also must point out that although this mimics the behavior of the observer, I can't guarantee that the behavior is exactly the same because the redstone systems are completely different. So it will be interesting to see when you start playing around with it and see what quirks you will discover. So let's go on. Yes, so this is a very simple feature. It's essentially just on. Sometimes you will find these portals placed on the islands, and they are an easy way to get back to the central island. So they're essentially escape portals because it's very easy to get lost. And I know that the common solution is that you create an ender chest or find an ender chest in one of the end cities, put all your stuff in it, and then you just jump down in the void, like. And I feel that there should be more options, and it is fairly easy to make. So let's continue. Yes, this is a very, very short video. It simply added a drop to the shulkers. It took a very long time for me to make this video, though, because I wanted to actually have a proper fight. But I always got, I got stuck in the ceiling and had to wait for the levitation to wear off. And like finally, I just keep the end, like the final blow, and that's it. So, what would you use the shulker shell for? Yes, as you can see, this is essentially similar to like the backpack mods. It's a chest which keeps the items inside of it even when you knock it down. I mean, the immediate question is, can you put a shulker box inside a shulker box? No, you can't. There are, though, a couple of things I haven't shown you in this video, so you will figure that out really quickly when you try the snapshot. The second part about this video was actually a really cool idea by Thomas, that when you push a shulker box with a piston, it pops, which allows you to transport a shulker box containing all the items inside of it. And it's both like an item transportation system, but you can make some interesting contraptions with this. Thomas, do you want to add anything?
I'm just looking forward to see what people will make with it in redstone contraptions.
This will make a lot of new interesting builds possible, I think.
Yeah, I think so.
Yeah, definitely. It's essentially like sending a data packet. All right, let's go on. Yes, so now the librarian profession has a cartographer career, and it will buy and sell map-related items, where the two new items are the ocean exploration map and the woodland exploration map. And I will show you what the woodland exploration map is a little bit later. But now, what I'm doing here essentially is that the map shows your relative position to the map. So I'm looking at the sun to figure out which way is north. So I know, because when I look at the map, my dot is in the lower right corner, so I know I need to go northwest to reach my destination. A warning, though: if the dot is small, it means that on your world, the location is really far away. And you should see it more like an expedition. That's just a warning. But it will guarantee you to show you the location of, in this case, an ocean monument. And since we added this system, it made sense to add something else in relation to that. Yes, being a command is obviously a cheat, but it's super useful if you want to use, like in creative mode, wants to find one of the features and you don't know where it is. So it's a really time saver. This command was actually a suggestion that I got on Twitter, and since I was just like coding this system, I was like, oh, all right. So I added it, and it can locate the fortress, the end city, the stronghold, villages, mine shafts, and the temples. Although all the temples they are using the same system, so it can, for instance, if you it will give you the nearest one. So if you try to find a temple, it might be an igloo, it might be a jungle temple, it might be a desert temple. You can't really know. The command, I don't show it in the video. It takes first the name of the feature you want to find, and then you can give it a starting point to search from. And similar to other commands, it can be like @p or an actual coordinate for where you want to start the search from. So let's continue. Yes, we've added a new dungeon. So this woodland mansion is a procedurally generated house with treasures and monsters and yeah, a cool location to explore. And it's fairly uncommon. So the best way of finding it is to buy a woodland exploration map from the cartographer. And this dungeon is built with the help of the new template system we have with the structure blocks. And I was
yeah, I think it shows really well how much bigger we can now make structures and how much more interesting we can make them, because the structure blocks make it so much easier to just experiment with different styles and build them out. And it was really interesting to watch you build this step by step over time.
Yeah, exactly. And I was joking about that before all these features were hard-coded, so they were really time-consuming to make. So now we have this awesome system which should save a lot of time, but since it saves so much time, like my ambition has gone up, so it actually takes more time now to make this. But it's really worth it. So you may wonder who's living inside of this. Yes, let me introduce you to the illagers. Oh, okay. Yes, so the woodland mansion is inhabited by these ill-willing villagers. They are the outcasts of the villages, and they have acquired arms. And I'm really looking forward to expanding these characters. But for now, we have the Vindicator, who is charging you with the axe, and the Evoker. And the Evoker, beyond doing its fangs attack, can summon these small imp-like creatures called the Vexes. And the name comes from that they are very vexing.
It will be very interesting to see, and then we have snapshots out, because it's not really easy right now. I think I told you before, without high-end gear, it's probably not the best idea to go in the mansion unprepared.
No, this is also, since you need to find one of these exploration maps, and it's fairly far away. It's one of the end games challenges. It's not as I wouldn't say it's as hard as fighting one of the bosses, but if you're unlucky, you can get really swamped with monsters. Yes. So the Evoker drops an item that is also fairly useful. Yes, the Totem of Undying, it's an item that activates if you're holding in either hand, so the offhand is probably the most convenient one, and you're being dealt a killing blow. That activates the item and consumes it. So in this case, I would have fallen to my demise, but the totem saves me and gives me a short period of absorption and regeneration. When I was testing this first, initially it will only give you regeneration, but I found out that you were walking around and you hear that boom. It activated when you were when the creeper exploded. You would fly up in the air, and then you would be killed by falling damage. So I gave it a boost. And then, yeah, the animation that is displayed, I had a lot of problem getting just the right feel for it. So
yeah, it was fun to watch you trying to figure out the best formula. He was reading Wikipedia for 3 days to figure out how to make it look cool. And you realized that you'd probably change the dynamics of the next UHC event.
Sorry?
The dynamics of the next UHC event, you probably changed it a bit.
Yes.
If people can now protect themselves from dying.
Yes. So we have one more thing. Yes, some of you may have seen this tweet. I was actually on the alpaca team for this. But it was kind of funny to just see what people would prefer. Obviously, like the alpacas and llamas, they're not identical animals. So we looked up what we would prefer. Like an alpaca would probably be more similar to a sheep in the sense that you get nice wool from it or fur. While the llama, they're more of a beast of burden. So they're more similar to donkeys in a sense. So they can have chests, and you can swag them out with carpets. And as a fun extra, if you lead one of them, they will automatically try to form a caravan to a limit. And the llamas, they were all developed by another developers, Agnes. She's still in Stockholm, but it was really fun to see her work on this. Yes, and obviously llamas are famous for their spitting, and and also they even have them in Sweden in sheep farms because they scare away the wolves. It's like the wolf sees a couple of sheep and then walks in and then, what is that? And then it gets down on it. Yes. Let's see. Yep. So Eric and Agnes and Toman and Sarge, they prepared the snapshot. Everything's ready. Like it's press the button. We just need to go back to Stockholm. So you can try out all of these features on Wednesday. And I'm really looking forward to get all of your bug reports, of course, but also since 1.11 is essentially finished, we don't think that it will take that much time before we have the full release, but it depends on how many bugs there are simply. But I'm also looking forward to see all your update videos. It's going to be a lot of fun. And yes, this is our presentation. I'm very happy that all of you came, and thank you for listening. Yes. So now head over to the arena and play some parkour. Okay? Thank you. Thank you.